I mean, we have had this conversation for about a while now. I've been asking you guys to tweet Sishi, get him to, agree to having join us here on the show. And he has finally agreed. My guy is here. Sishi, welcome to 947. How are you doing?
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. I'm good. How are you?
No, I'm super excited. I think, as a broadcaster, as a person that loves music, I am delighted to have you join us in the studio. I was watching one of your videos. I think it's the one that you dropped this past Friday, and you were talking about how you don't have an opening sequence to your videos and whatever. So I figured, let me create one for your arrival at 947, all right?
Oh, okay.
So I've got a bit of an opening sequence for you. So here goes.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? Good evening.
Okay, that was fire. I wasn't expecting that transition. That was smooth. That was very smooth. I liked it. That was cool.
My name is Sishii.
I think I remember when I said that.
Oh my goodness!
Where's that from?
Welcome to Sunday Sundowners with Bolele on 947.
Welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I went from like the movie thing into my song into the radio. That's fire. That was fire.
I felt I had to do it for you. I felt,
you.
Hey, this is our contribution as 947 to Sishi, the musician.
Thank you. I'll use that anytime. Like before I have a show now, can you send that to me so that that can play whenever I'm walking onto stage?
I'll definitely
That's fire.
send it.
Thank you.
But look, man, let's chat. Let's get into your journey, right? I mean, a lot of people generally have known you as an actor, but you are a musician first before you are an actor.
Yeah.
You started doing music at the age of 13.
Yeah.
Right?
Jeez, yeah.
And you've now gone on this journey to give us hashtag Sishi Fridays, where you've just been giving us song after song after song every Friday.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the idea around that. Why did you make the decision to release music on Fridays?
First of all, thank you. I can tell you've done your research and stuff. I started writing songs when I was 13, and a lot of people asked me when I started, and you already knew that, so I appreciate that. Sishi Fridays is essentially a way for me to allow people to see that the journey of an artist is not linear. So I've written really bad songs in the past, horrible songs, songs I've taken down from the internet that some people still find.
Sure.
They're songs that will never see the light of day. But I didn't want it to seem like that's kind of past me and now everything I write is great, and because that's just not true. And every artist I've actually spoken to who inspires me has shown me and told me that to this day sometimes a bad day is a bad day, and it happens. So for me it's like allowing people to be a part of that, even the bad days, even songs I'm like I think it's a good song but it's not really inspiring me right now. So yeah, I mean, for the past 8 weeks that's all I've been releasing, and I'm finally at a place now where I'm going to be releasing music that I really like. That's just super weird and super alternative.
So you want to tell me what you've been releasing this past 8 weeks you haven't really liked?
I think it's cool.
Okay.
I think it's nice songs.
Sure.
But I mean, I think that's about it. I used to write with people in mind. I think this will do well on radio. I think people are gonna like this. Now I ride with I don't think, to be honest, I don't care if other people don't like this.
Sure.
I think it's nice.
I like that because there's a vulnerability that comes with that, right? And I think even on social media, we've seen that vulnerability. I mean, there's a video, I think it was day 2 in your life as a music writer or a musician. And you were, going on a bit of a rant, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to shoot these videos, right?
Yeah.
And I guess that's the reality of what you have to go through as a musician, right?
Yeah.
And often we find that people shy away from being vulnerable, more so musicians shy away from being vulnerable online and would rather resort to being vulnerable in their music.
Yeah.
But you've chosen both. And how has that worked for you?
I mean, it's not easy.
Sure.
Don't get it confused. It's very difficult. But for me, it's kind of remembering that I think that's what makes people connect to the music in the first place. Is that vulnerability, is the fact that I'm not lying about what I'm going through, and trying to seem like I'm a certain way when I'm genuinely not, and I don't believe I ever will. But it's a matter of kind of involving people throughout that process. But I realized that's that honesty and that vulnerability that kind of allows me to connect with people, and that's why I started doing this in the first place. So I think the moment I start to lose sight of why I started to do this is where I'll go left and then find myself in a place where I'm like, wait, what am I doing? So it's constantly having a reminder of like why I started doing this and doing this, making sure that every part of it covers that. Like, it's not vulnerable and honest music, and then when I'm on social media, I'm showing up not being vulnerable and honest, because then I'm lying. It's like,
there's a disconnect.
No, like everything I do must show that. So
I like that. And I think a lot of us as your audience are really resonating with that, be it just from the song you've released or the moment that you're having on social media building up to the release. I think it also just, gives us a bit of freedom to be vulnerable as well, right?
Yeah.
So I was saying when we kicked off our conversation that you on Sunday Sundowners, I once played one of your songs and the audience was just going crazy, right? And I personally feel the song that I'm about to play is a song that I feel people should listen to if they don't know Sishi, right?
Okay.
But if you were to direct people to a song to introduce them to you, which song would it be?
It's like we're 1 week away from that song.
Okay. So you only have it now.
We're like
now it's on the way.
5 days away from that song. I'm like,
Okay.
in 5 days' time, we'll release that song. So far, there's nothing really. I'm like, I'm just putting stuff out. But
Okay.
yeah, but I think we're nearly there. We're like
Sure.
almost there.
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about, how you're feeling about what you've put out and how you're feeling about what you're about to put out, right?
Yeah.
Because for us, I think there's a lot of people that have actually just come to you on social media to say, oh my goodness, you've termed these songs throwaway songs, but people have their favorites.
Yeah.
There are there's Somandla, there's this one that I'm about to play. There is Hey Stana that a lot of people are loving. So I want to get into that after we play this one. This song, I personally feel, if a person doesn't know Sishi, listen to this one and you'll love him.
Oh, I don't.
It's I Don't Dance.
Is there nothing else?
And the journey that he's embarking on, are you leading up to like a project? Are you working on something that we can like really expect? Like, what is the aim behind all the songs and the music that you are actually releasing?
So I'm actually not going to release an album in the next year.
Okay.
But by the end of the year, you'll have 52 songs from me.
52?
Which I think is, because I'm releasing a song every single week.
Sure.
So for me, that's better than an album. Also, like, I don't know if anyone really wants... I know people say they want albums until they actually have one. And then they listen to, like, the first 3 songs and go, okay, thank you,
That's
I've heard
cool,
it.
we
You know,
heard
and I'm
it.
like, nah,
Sure.
but the last 4 songs are the bangers, you know?
Sure.
So I'm kind of just... I'm using this as an opportunity to find my kind of sound and where I'm trying to go. So by putting stuff out and just getting used to putting stuff out and not being too hard on myself about what I put out, it's helping me to
Sure.
find that. I think that's always been the goal for me, is to find something where it's like so weird that you can't really describe it. What is this? It's Sishi. That's what I want to be able to reach.
I like
you
that.
know?
I
Yeah.
like that. Talk to us about I Don't Dance. It's one of those that you have released that a lot of people are loving, myself included. Tell us more about it.
So I Don't Dance came out like a year ago.
Yeah.
Over a year ago, actually. Yeah, and it was a song about not knowing how to dance, because I'll go to the club and when Janos is playing.
Yeah.
And
You
like,
know, not
people
act.
are like they're
All over the
that
dance floor.
footwork, bro. It's that footwork that like
Sure.
always, I can shimmy my shoulders, but I
Sure.
can't do footwork.
Sure.
And so I just like act cool and sit in the corner somewhere and like act like I don't dance, but it's like I really want to dance. I'm just acting cool. So I just started to write a song about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You've written a lot of music about your personal journey. I mean, straight out of UCT, you wrote music about your varsity journey. You were telling us about how you are dealing with temptations and balancing your faith at the same time. And you've spoken about a lot of things in your music, right?
Yeah.
Over the past 8 weeks, are those your personal experiences that you've been going through, or is it also still part of you just trying to figure out your sound?
For the past 8 weeks, it has been mainly me trying to find my sound. What sounds like Jaden's Jam and Beep Beep.
Yeah.
Those. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say whether or not I went through those things because I think people are gonna like consume them differently. Like I don't want to tell people how to consume my music or what I was going through.
Sure.
But I'd say that they've all been really important steps in me finding a sound with the people I work with now that I really enjoy working with.
And it's good music. Now I'm like really just waiting in anticipation to hear what you're going to be releasing in the next 5 days.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, that's the one song that you'd love people to listen to
Yeah.
as an introduction to Sishi. But let's talk about the idea of throwaway songs, right?
Yeah.
I think I saw a couple of comments on YouTube where people are just like, no, what do you mean throwaway? I love Somandla, I love this, I love that, right? What are you hoping will happen with those songs then? And have they really then led you to your sound?
The throwaways?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. I
Okay.
mean, the fact that people are going, what do you mean this is a throwaway? I like it. Is it's why I put it out. Like, if I put it out and everyone was like, bro, we don't actually care. Like, that's not what I put it out.
Okay, what must I do
What was I
now?
doing? Exactly.
Sure.
So those are the songs. It's like, if the people who relate to them, cool.
Sure.
The songs from like next week are the songs I'm saying I don't care if no one relates to it. But I'm pretty sure there'll be someone out
will.
there because I do.
Okay.
And that for me now is the most important part of this journey. Is like, I like the song. I relate to it. It speaks to something that I've been through. I won't even explain that because I'm pretty sure there'll be someone out there
That
who will go,
resonates.
yeah, actually, I do resonate with this.
Sure.
Yeah. So, they've actually contributed to me reaching this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to me about your obsession with chamomile tea.
This is funny. It's funny.
Sure.
This is funny because I don't really drink.
So you don't?
No, I don't
Okay,
really
so then
drink.
where does the term chamomile come from, right? Because now we've got the chamomile live
Yeah.
sessions that we're building up to, and you're going to, take us on a bit of a musical
Yeah.
experience. So talk to us then about chamomile and why chamomile?
So about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I
Yeah.
don't remember when it was, but there was a vocal coach who told me that every time before you start singing, you must drink chamomile tea because it's gonna
Okay.
unlock, you know when it's gonna
Okay.
unlock the
The-
way
the-
so that you can,
Sure.
So I was like, okay, let me start drinking it. And I think it had this placebo effect in my mind. I don't think it actually did anything really, but it made me feel like, okay, like I'm singing now, and that was when I started drinking chamomile tea a lot more, but I'll drink it always just before performance.
Okay.
Not like before I go to sleep or anything. Like it's
Okay.
not like a part of my daily life.
Sure.
Like I would call these water sessions because I drink a lot of water. That's what I love, sparkling water especially. I love that. But yeah, so it just for me now it represents this kind of peace that I'm searching for because I know chamomile kind of like makes you feel peaceful and want to fall asleep. So that's kind of why I'm like, actually, we can actually carry on running with this chamomile concept because
Okay.
it does still represent something in my life that I'm, in the process of finding and that's a part of my life. So, yeah. I don't
Okay.
remember the last time I had a cup of chamomile tea, even though I'm holding the cup. And like, I've got to be
Okay,
honest.
so when you were in Cape Town and you were shooting one of your videos with a cup in hand
No, I did
on the
have-
beach, was that chamomile?
That was chamomile tea.
Okay.
Though. That wasn't like a different
Okay,
kind of. It's not like I was
okay.
drinking rooibos and lying to the people. No.
Okay.
It's not green tea. And that was
It
chamomile.
was chamomile.
Nah, that was chamomile.
Okay. Talk to us then about the chamomile live sessions, right?
Mm-hmm.
A couple of your videos have been, titled chamomile live sessions, but you're also building up to a bit of a performance that you're going to be giving us
Yeah.
at the end of the month. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so from August next month, the 24th of
Sure.
August, when I'm going to start performing live. So chamomile sessions has been what I've been doing on social media, and now I'm like, I mean, I might as well just do, because a lot of people have asked like, when are you gonna do this live? And a lot of people assume that when I'm doing a chamomile session, it is actually live, and I've actually never done that. So now I want to start doing that live in front of people. And when I do it in front of people, there will be chamomile tea in the cup. So from the 24th of August, when I'm performing live, like 24th of August, I'll be performing live at the Living Room. September 14, I'll be performing at Artistry.
Okay.
I will have a cup of chamomile.
Okay.
And I'll take like a sip or two just to, it's the brand now.
Create the vibe also. But now we must also drink chamomile with you whilst we enjoy your performance.
Yes, actually.
So please, make sure you do the right thing.
Yeah, I'll make sure.
All
the
right,
bar will only serve chamomile tea.
Thank you very much until a certain time. And then maybe after 7.
No, until like 2 a.m. It's just chamomile tea. We're all falling asleep.
No, but we're going to fall asleep now, Sishi, and we need to be enjoying your performance. You know what I mean?
No, I'm joking.
Okay, cool. So we've got a bit of an exclusive to what is coming in the next 5 days.
Yeah.
I decided that I'm not going to listen to it.
Oh, okay.
Because I want to be blown away.
Nice.
Just like everyone else will be, right? I'm about to play the song that you're going to be releasing on Friday. Ngeke. Tell us about it.
So Ngeke is a song that, for the first time, I played the guitar myself. I had started learning the guitar when I was a kid. But then I got stuck and then I stopped. And then I decided that, you know what, let me actually make music that like is more culturally relevant, which wasn't really a true reflection of where I was at the time.
Okay.
And now I'm at a place where I'm like, I'm not really trying to go for cultural relevance right now. I'm just trying to tell the truth of me, and this was the first song I'd say, like me playing the guitar on it, and then working with my producer who like dropped a really like fire beat on it. I felt like I was like, this feels honest. This feels for the first time in my life. And I uploaded it the other day, and it allows you to choose the genres. For the first time in my life, I chose alternative.
Sure.
And I was like, I'm really proud of myself for finally reaching this moment, because I've like gone my whole life trying to fight that. So yeah.
All right, here's the song. Ngeke.
Took my heart and placed it in a show, engraved in hope. You in that car, you said you didn't know.
How did you get here? Just from what you've been doing over the past 8 weeks? Because this is like very different from what we have been experiencing with the past songs that you've given us.
Well, I'd say for the past 11 years in my life.
Sure.
It's been a lot of kind of back and forth, and kind of like what am I doing this for? Is it to fit in? Is it to make enough money from it? Is it to, and I'm like, no, that doesn't give me any joy. It really doesn't, If anything, I was struggling a lot back then when I was doing this for like the money. And I'm like, actually, let me just tell the truth of like, this is something that did happen in my life. And, I found myself thinking, okay, I can write something positive. It sounds, deep and dark and sad and stuff, but it's actually a positive song for me. Ngeke, and Ngeke means never. Like, I'll never go back to the kind of life I used to live. And man, it's just me saying I'm in a good place. It's me saying I'm in a good place.
It's a really beautiful song.
Thank you.
It's a really, really beautiful song. I get why you feel this is the one that people must listen to. As an introduction,
because if you listen to anything else and then you hear this, it's like, what? But if you listen to this and then everything that's gonna come out after this, it's like, okay, it makes sense.
Because when it started, I was just like, dude, is this you?
Yeah, a lot of people actually ask me that, bro. They're like, I thought this was just some like random like American artist, indie artist, and I'm like, no, this is me. I mean, it's a lot of time spent alone, by myself in the studio and trying out different like voices and different kind of vibes, and Yes.
No, this is it. It works. It works. It works. So, are we officially calling you an alternative R&B musician?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
It's about time.
I definitely can vibe with
It's
that.
about time. It's about time. Yeah.
Yay! My goodness, Sishi, I'm like a real fan of your work, right? And just before I let you go, we have run out of time. I know that you have left us with one more song that we will get to play for our Sunday acoustic sessions that take place in our final hour. So our listeners will still get a chance to, like jam to Sishi. But what can we expect? I mean, we've just listened to Ngege. You are going to be working performing for a lot of your audience in August. What else can we expect? The 24th of August, you said.
24th of August, I'm live in Johannesburg. 14th of September, I'm live in Johannesburg. October, I have shows as well. So there'll be a lot of shows, essentially, is what I'm saying. A lot of them are quite intimate as well. So, I'll be able to tell stories of songs. And then outside of that, like, there's more music every single Friday. I'm like, it's not even like look forward to. No,
sure, every Friday.
I'm like, what do you mean?
No, we love Fridays. We love Fridays because of you. You've just like really brought joy into our lives on a Friday. Just going back to Ngege, was it Jaden that produced that?
Yeah, it's Jaden.
You guys have worked really, really closely with your music. How did that relationship start?
So it was actually through my manager. I met him while he was like really young, and he was like a really good producer from a young age.
Sure.
He's really popular on SoundCloud as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got these like mixes that he does that just go viral. He did this GTA mix, and a lot of people are like, "What? I've heard that on TikTok." It's like, yeah, he did that. Like, so he does a lot of that stuff. So it was interesting, like starting to work with him, to hear what he could do on, I'm playing the guitar, just singing on this, and let's hear what he can do. And then he has this really like fire beat on it, and I'm like, oh, okay, I think I'm finding something here that's like very different that I've never heard before. A lot of this, and I think that's where I found the sweet spot. It was last year in September. I'll never forget. I'd say it's probably the most career-defining moment as a musician was when I went back to like my Airbnb after working with him and sat and I listened to what we did, and I was like, there's nothing I can compare this to. I'm not like, oh, this sounds like, no, like this is Sishi now. And I'm like, I think that's a good place to be at.
It really is.
Yeah.
Now we will be able to hear the Sishi sound from a mile away just because of your collaboration with
Now,
Jaden.
if anyone else tries to do it,
we know.
they're copying Sishi.
Yes,
exactly.
we already know.
Exactly.
Sishi, thank you so much for your time. It has been an absolute pleasure. I hope you will be inviting us on the 24th of August to your live performance.
For sure.
And anytime you're dropping something new and you want us to punt it, send it through. This is home.
For sure.
Awesome stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Sishi.